The asteroid didn't kill the dinosaurs. That's what we were supposed to confirm. A clean extinction, a cosmic accident, a rock from space, and bad timing. But when we arrived 66 million years in the past, the dinosaurs weren't running from the sky. They were running from something already here. And whatever it was, it noticed us. The hatch burst open with a violent hiss, steam pouring out of the seams of the pod as internal pressure equalized with prehistoric atmosphere. My boots touched ancient soil that hadn't known a human footprint in 66 million years. For a moment, none of us spoke. The air was thicker, sweeter, heavy with oxygen and the scent of resin and damp vegetation. I felt lightheaded instantly. 50% higher oxygen concentration, Elena muttered, checking her tablet. Slow breaths. Behind me, Zach stepped out, tall and broad-shouldered, his blonde hair catching the sun. He inhaled deeply like he'd just stepped into paradise. "We made it," he said, grinning. "The end of the Cretaceous." Lester emerged last, clutching the portable console wired to the pod, his life's work. He called the machine Borealis. The government called it a classified anomaly engine. I called it a mistake waiting to happen. Our objective was simple on paper. Observe the Chicxulub impact event from a safe distance. Record atmospheric conditions, wildlife behavior, extinction mechanics. No interference, no interaction. We weren't here to change history, just to witness it. The Yucatan Peninsula looked alien. The continents were shaped differently, coastlines warped compared to modern maps. Towering conifers and broad-leafed plants stretched endlessly across the horizon. And yet, something felt wrong. "There should be more movement," Zach murmured. He was right. We heard distant calls, pterosaurs circling high above, but the forest floor felt eerily still. We moved toward a natural ridge overlooking a wide basin. According to Elena's calculations, this vantage point would give us visual range of the impact zone when the asteroid struck. That was when we saw them. At first, I thought it was a migration. Hundreds of dinosaurs emerging from tree lines. Herbivores, carnivores, small feathered runners, and massive horned giants, all moving in the same direction, together. Zach frowned. That's not normal behavior. Predator and prey walked side by side without aggression. No territorial displays, no hunting, just movement. "They're not fleeing," Elena said quietly. She zoomed her lens toward the basin floor. More were gathering there, forming a circle. Thousands now, a perfect massive ring of prehistoric life facing inward. "What are they looking at?" Lester whispered. I adjusted my scope. The center of the circle was empty, or so I thought. Then the air changed. A vibration passed through my bones, not sound exactly, more like pressure. The sky above the basin rippled, not with fire, not with a meteor, with distortion. A tear of white light split the blue horizon like someone peeling reality open from behind. The dinosaurs didn't panic. They lowered themselves, knelt, every single one. A towering Tyrannosaurus rex bowed its head like a trained animal. The light intensified, and something stepped through. 3 shapes, tall, humanoid, not glowing like angels, not mechanical like machines. Something else. The metallic one shimmered as though wrapped in liquid metal, skin reflecting green and gold hues under the sun. Its eyes scanned the gathered dinosaurs with open disappointment. To its right stood a luminous being, pale and symmetrical, with wings that looked organic at first glance, until the feathers shifted like articulated blades. To its left, something reptilian, scaled, intelligent, watching the kneeling dinosaurs with disgust. My hands shook. "This isn't possible," Elena whispered. The metallic one spoke. The sound didn't travel through air. It vibrated directly inside my skull. "They have failed to advance." The reptilian lowered his gaze. "They were given time." "Time is wasted on instinct," the luminous figure replied calmly. The metallic being snapped his fingers. One dinosaur near the edge jerked upright, as if released from control. It roared and charged. The metallic figure didn't move. The creature disintegrated mid-leap. Not burned, not torn apart, erased. The remaining dinosaurs didn't react. They remained kneeling, waiting. "They're not natural," Zach breathed. "They were engineered." I wanted to deny it, but the evidence stood before us. The reptilian spoke next. "I can correct this." "You said that before," the luminous one answered. The metallic figure extended a hand toward the sky. The atmosphere above the basin darkened, not with smoke, but with shadow bending unnaturally. A burning object appeared in orbit. The asteroid. They weren't reacting to it. They were summoning it. My stomach dropped. "They're resetting the experiment," Elena said. The luminous being turned its head and looked directly at us, through trees, through distance, through time. It smiled. "Unauthorized observers," it said softly inside my mind. The pressure intensified. Zach staggered. Lester screamed. The reptilian tilted its head curiously. "They are not of this cycle." The metallic figure studied us. "Temporal breach." The luminous one's wings unfolded wider. "This species repeats the same flaw." The reptilian's eyes narrowed. "Too curious." The asteroid blazed brighter overhead. The dinosaurs began glowing faintly, some lifted from the ground, suspended by invisible force. "They're selecting samples," Elena gasped. The luminous being raised its hand. My vision flooded white, and in that light I heard one final sentence. "Erase the past." The ground began to tremble. The ground didn't just tremble, it pulsed, like something enormous had a heartbeat beneath the crust of the earth. The white light vanished, and I slammed into the dirt, ears ringing. Zach grabbed my shoulder and dragged me behind a fallen tree as the basin exploded with soundless force. The kneeling dinosaurs were lifted into the air, suspended like broken marionettes. The three beings hovered above them. The asteroid burned brighter in the sky. "They're accelerating it," Elena choked, wiping blood from her nose. "It's coming in too fast." Lester was scrambling toward the pod. "We have to jump, now!" But the metallic figure raised its hand again, and time slowed. Not metaphorically, physically. Ash drifting in the air froze mid-fall. A pterosaur hung suspended overhead, wings locked in mid-beat. Only we were still moving. "They isolated us from the timeline," I whispered. The luminous being descended until it hovered just meters above the ground. Its wings folded slowly, blade feathers scraping against each other with a sound like knives sharpening. "You were not meant to witness this," it said inside my mind. Zach raised his rifle instinctively. It melted, dripped through his fingers like liquid silver. The reptilian figure approached next. Its scales shimmered with geometric patterns, shifting like living circuitry. "You are derivative, an unintended branch." Elena stepped forward despite the terror in her eyes. "You made them. You made the dinosaurs." "They were a prototype, strength without cognition, adaptation without direction." The reptilian tilted its head. "They were given dominion. They stagnated." "I wiped them out," I said. "We corrected them," the luminous one replied. The asteroid in the sky flared white-hot. "They are not dying. They are being archived." As if to demonstrate, several dinosaurs dissolved into streams of golden particles that flowed upward into the distortion in the sky. Stored, cataloged, preserved. My heart pounded. "And us?" Zack asked hoarsely. The reptilian's slit pupils narrowed. "You are the next iteration." The words hit harder than the tremor under my feet. "You seeded mammals," Elena realized. "You guided evolution." Incremental adjustment. We cultivate intelligence until it transcends instinct. "And when it doesn't?" I asked. The metallic being looked up at the asteroid. "We reset." The asteroid's surface fractured, shedding burning fragments. "We're just another experiment," Lester whispered. The reptilians studied us. "You are closer than the last." "Closer to what?" I demanded. The luminous being descended further, so close I could see reflections moving within its eyes. Stars, galaxies, endless civilizations. "To us." The words felt like ice in my veins. Zack lunged. I don't know why. Maybe instinct, maybe rage. He tackled the reptilian figure. His hands passed through it like smoke. And then he froze mid-motion. The reptilian stepped through him. Zack's body began to crystallize from the inside out, veins glowing white, skin hardening into translucent stone. "No!" Elena screamed. "He has been sampled," the metallic one said. Zack shattered into fragments of light that spiraled upward into the distortion. Gone. Archived. Elena collapsed to her knees. "You can't just play gods," she sobbed. The luminous being tilted its head. "We are not gods. We are gardeners." The asteroid now dominated half the sky. The heat washed over the basin in waves. "You've done this before," I said, forcing my voice steady. "On other worlds?" The reptilian turned toward me. "Countless." "Why?" A pause. Then the metallic one answered, "Because we are searching for something." The ground beneath us split open, a chasm forming at the center of the basin where the dinosaurs had knelt. From its depths came a sound, low, ancient, hungry. The three beings stiffened, the luminous one's wings trembled. "That," the reptilian hissed, "is why." The chasm widened. Darkness poured out, not shadow, not smoke, a substance that devoured light itself. The dinosaurs hadn't been kneeling in worship. They had been hiding, encircling it, containing it. The metallic being raised both hands, projecting barriers of white energy toward the chasm. The darkness pushed back. "You are too late," it whispered, not in my mind, but in the air itself. The sound fractured reality. Elena clutched her head, screaming. Lester ran for the pod again. The asteroid struck. Not the ground, the darkness. A collision of cosmic force and something far older. The explosion should have obliterated everything. Instead, it froze, suspended in a sphere of temporal distortion. The gardeners were holding it in place, using the impact as a seal. "That is what they were hiding from," I breathed. The luminous being turned toward me. For millions of years they guarded it unknowingly. Instinct bound them to this location. The extinction wasn't punishment, Elena realized through tears. It was containment. The reptilian snarled as the darkness lashed upward, wrapping around his arm. Scales blackened instantly. "You interfere with a cycle you cannot comprehend," the metallic one warned us. Lester reached the pod and activated Borealis. The machine roared to life. Temporal coordinates flickered wildly. "We can still jump!" he shouted. The luminous being looked toward the distortion in the sky, toward where Zack had been taken. "You will carry memory of this," it said. "Why let us live?" I demanded. Because fear accelerates growth. The metallic one forced the asteroid deeper into the chasm, compressing it into a singularity of fire and stone. The darkness screamed. The timeline began to shatter. Lester grabbed Elena and pulled her into the pod. I hesitated. The reptilian, half consumed by darkness, locked eyes with me. "This cycle will fail again," it said. The luminous being extended its hand and shoved me through time. We reappeared in the present. The lab alarms were blaring, screens flashing red. Satellite feeds showed something impossible. A crater in the Yucatan. Glowing, active, not fossilized, not ancient, awake. Elena stared at the monitor in horror. "The seal is weakening," she whispered. Lester backed away from the console. On the largest screen, deep beneath the Gulf of Mexico, something moved. Not tectonic, not volcanic, intentional. A voice echoed faintly through the lab speakers. "You have grown." The lights flickered. Outside, birds fell silent. Elena looked at me. "They didn't erase us," she said. "They're testing us." The ocean began to boil on every satellite feed. And far below, something began to rise.